Have you ever wondered why true happiness feels so hard to hold on to? Why we often get swept away by anger, anxiety, or disappointment, even when we know they won't help? Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, philosopher, and Stoic master, once wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, not the size of your bank account, not how many followers you have, not even the praise of others, just the quality of your thoughts." In a world that constantly distracts us with noise, with judgment, with desire, the ancient Stoics offer us a powerful roadmap, a way to reclaim our peace, master our emotions, and discover a deeper kind of joy. In this video, you'll learn 10 timeless insights from Marcus Aurelius, not just to survive the chaos of modern life, but to rise above it, to become calm, grounded, and truly happy. Let's begin. 1. Stop seeking the praise of other people. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It doesn't matter how good a life you've led, there'll still be people standing around your bed who will welcome the sad event." That may sound harsh, but it's true. No matter how kind you are, how talented, how generous, there will still be people who dislike you, people who misunderstand you, even people who hope you fail. And yet, we often spend our lives chasing approval, likes, compliments, applause. We shape our actions just to be accepted, but Stoicism teaches something radical. Live by your values, not their opinions. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." That's not easy in today's world. We're wired to care. But ask yourself this: would you rather be praised for something you're not, or stay true to who you are? Even if no one claps, if a friend mocks your dream, will you shrink it to fit in? If a stranger criticizes your voice, will you stop speaking your truth? Remember, their opinions are theirs. You don't have to carry them, because happiness isn't found in how others see you. It's found in how you see yourself, with clarity, with courage, and with the quiet strength to walk your path alone, if needed. 2. Focus only on what you can control. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The cucumber is bitter, then throw it out. There are brambles in the path, then go around them." That's all you need to know. Nothing more. Simple words, but filled with power. The truth is, there are only 2 things in this life that you truly control: your thoughts and your actions. That's it. You can't control the weather. You can't control traffic. You can't control what others say, or how they behave, or whether they treat you fairly. But you can control how you respond. Think of this. You're stuck in a traffic jam. You can choose to shout, curse, and honk, or you can turn on some music and breathe. The traffic won't move faster either way, but you will feel very different. Seneca said, "A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not." Instead of fighting reality, accept it, then act wisely within it. You see, most of our suffering comes from resisting what already is. We waste energy trying to change the unchangeable. We argue with what has already happened. But once you learn to let go of what you can't control, you gain tremendous freedom. You stop being a victim of circumstance and start becoming a master of your response. That is where peace begins. And from that peace comes power. 3. Build your own character. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the mind in itself has no needs, except for those it creates. Think about that for a moment. Your mind doesn't truly need much to be content, but it can easily be tricked into endless wanting. We live in a world where we are constantly told, you need this car to feel successful. You need this phone to feel important. You need this lifestyle to be happy. But here's the truth. No material thing ever truly belongs to us. Your house can burn down. Your car can be stolen. Your job can vanish overnight. If your happiness depends on those things, then your peace is as fragile as a glass in the storm. What cannot be taken away from you is your character. Are you honest? When no one's watching, do you stay kind? When others are cruel, do you remain strong? When life tries to break you, Seneca once said, we should every night call ourselves to account. What infirmity have I mastered today? What passions opposed? What temptation resisted? What virtue acquired? That's where true happiness lives. Not in possessions, but in your progress, in your ability to shape who you are, because your character is your compass, and in the darkest times, it will be the one thing that keeps you moving forward with dignity. 4. Negative emotions come from negative thinking. Marcus Aurelius once said, your ability to control your thoughts, treat it with respect. It's all that protects your mind from false perceptions. This is one of the most powerful truths in Stoic philosophy, because emotions don't appear from thin air. They come from thoughts, from the meaning we give to things. Let me give you an example. Two friends, Jack and Jill, are invited to the same party. Jack is excited. He sees it as a chance to connect, laugh, and meet new people. He walks in with energy. Jill feels dread. She worries she won't fit in, that no one will talk to her. She walks in with anxiety. Same event. Différentes émotions. Why? Because of how they think about it. Epictetus taught, it's not things that upset us, but our judgments about things. That means your sadness, your fear, your anger, they don't come from what happened. They come from what you believe about what happened. When someone doesn't text you back, do you think, they must hate me? Or do you simply think, they're busy? One thought triggers pain, the other peace. Seneca said, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. So the next time a negative feeling rises, don't just sit with it. Look underneath it. What thought is feeding this feeling? Challenge that thought. Question it. Reframe it. Because when you learn to master your thinking, you take back control of your emotions, and with it, your life. 5. Do something productive with your anger. Marcus Aurelius once warned, how much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? And he was right. Anger doesn't just explode outward. It seeps in, it burns bridges, it damages relationships, and leaves behind regret. You yell, you slam doors, you send that message you can't take back, and when the fire cools, you're left with ashes, but not peace. But here's the truth. Anger, by itself, isn't evil. It's energy. And like all energy, you can choose what to do with it. Seneca taught that we should not suppress our emotions blindly, but rather understand them, prepare for them, and channel them wisely. So the next time you feel that heat rise in your chest, pause, breathe, and ask yourself, what would a wise person do with this energy? Maybe you speak a firm but respectful truth. Maybe you go for a run and clear your head. Maybe you write something powerful instead of saying something destructive. Epictetus said, if someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation. That means you have a choice to react or to respond, to explode or to create. Anger can destroy, or it can become fuel for discipline, for action, for change. Use it. Don't let it use you. 6. Be insanely grateful for what you have. Marcus Aurelius once advised, take full account of the excellencies you possess, and remember how you would long for them if they weren't yours. We often forget, don't we? We chase after what we don't have. A better job, a bigger home, more recognition, and in the process, we overlook what's already ours. Your health, your family, your ability to breathe, to walk, to love. To hear these words right now, Seneca said, no man is poor who has enough of what he truly needs. But the problem is, we don't see what we already have until it's gone. Think about it. If today you lost your eyesight, you would give anything to see again. If a loved one disappeared, you would trade the world to bring them back. So why wait for loss to wake us up? Marcus reminds us, practice gratitudine. Don't let it be an afterthought. Let it be a daily discipline. Every morning, take a moment. Ask yourself, what do I have today that I once prayed for? What blessings surround me now that I've stopped noticing? Because the more you focus on what's right, the more joy you create within, and the happiest person is not the one with the most, but the one who appreciates the most. Gratitude transforms the ordinary into something sacred. 7. Be prepared for any outcome and act with resilience. Marcus Aurelius wrote, the art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. It stands ready against the accidental and the unforeseen. Life is not a smooth performance. It's not a graceful dance where every step is known in advance. It's a match. Unpredictable, tiring, messy. Things don't go as planned. People disappoint you. Dreams collapse. And the future, never guaranteed. But Stoicism doesn't tell us to avoid hardship. It tells us to prepare for it, to expect the unexpected, to train the mind like a warrior. So when life hits you, you don't fall apart. You adapt. You adjust. You keep going. Seneca once wrote, a setback has often cleared the way for greater things. What seems a misfortune has often proved a blessing. Think about that. Maybe the job you lost led you to a passion you'd forgotten. Maybe the relationship that ended opened space for self-respect and rediscovery. The Stoic doesn't wish for a life without storms. he builds a stronger ship. He understands that adversity doesn't break him. It reveals him. Epictetus said, "Difficulties show men what they are." So when the unexpected comes, and it will, don't ask, "Why me?" Ask instead, "What will I become because of this?" Because happiness is not avoiding pain. It's learning to endure it with grace, with patience, and with quiet, unshakable strength. 8. The peace you need is in you. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Today I escaped anxiety." Or no, I discarded it, because it was within me, in my own perceptions, not outside. Powerful words, because they reveal a truth we often forget. Peace isn't something you find, it's something you build from within. Think about it. We blame our stress on traffic. We blame our sadness on someone's words. We blame our anxiety on the world. But the Stoics teach us, it's not the event that disturbs you. It's your judgment of it. Epictetus said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them." That means, you're not a puppet. You're not helpless. You're not at the mercy of every little thing around you. You get to choose how much power something has over your heart. Let's take an example. Two people lose the same job. One falls into despair. The other uses the moment to start something new. What's the difference? Not the event, but the mindset. Seneca once wrote, "A man who suffers before it is necessary, suffers more than is necessary." We suffer in anticipation, in imagination, in our own thoughts. But the Stoic finds peace by realizing the battlefield is not out there. It's in here, in the space between our ears. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, pause. Ask yourself, where is this emotion coming from? And who is really in charge of it? Because the moment you take responsibility, you take back control. And in that control, you'll find a quiet strength, a calm that no storm can touch, a peace that begins and ends with you. 9. Appreciate the shortness of life. Marcus Aurelius said, "Not as though thou hadst thousands of years to live. Death hangs over thee. While you live, while it is in your power, be good." We live as if we have forever, as if time will always be waiting for us. We say, "I'll start tomorrow. I'll apologize next week. I'll chase my dream someday." But someday isn't promised. The Stoics face death not with fear, but with clarity, because they knew. When you remember that life is short, you stop wasting it. Seneca once warned, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." So let me ask you, what are you postponing? What truth are you afraid to say? What life are you holding back from living? Every hour you delay, every moment you spend on things that don't matter, you trade away something you can never get back. Time. You may not control how much time you have, but you do control how deeply you live it. Epictetus reminded us, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. So stop planning to live. Just live. Tell them you love them. Start the book. Take the walk. Say the prayer. Make the change. Because one day you will wake up and it will be your last sunrise. And in that moment, Only one question will remain. Did I live fully while I had the chance? 10. Tolerance is in not judging. Marcus Aurelius said, "People exist for each other. You can instruct them or tolerate them." Let that sink in. We live among people, all kinds of people. Some are kind, some are careless, some are thoughtful, others are trapped in their own noise and pain. And often, we judge them quickly. We want them to act how we believe they should, to think like us, speak like us, behave like us. But the Stoic doesn't try to control others. He learns to understand them, to accept that they are on their own path, and to let go of the need to fix or correct everything. Seneca once wrote, "You should be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." It's not weakness, it's wisdom. When someone cuts you off in traffic, you can choose anger, or you can choose peace. When a friend fails you, you can choose resentment or compassion. Maybe they're going through something you don't see. Maybe they've never been taught a better way. Epictetus reminds us, "It is not he who reviles or strikes you, who insults you, but your opinion that these things are insulting." That means you have power, not over them, but over your reaction. Tolerance doesn't mean approval. It means freedom. Freedom from bitterness. Freedom from emotional chains. And in that freedom, you find space to grow, to teach by example, and to walk lightly through a heavy world. So now you know, happiness isn't something to chase. It's something to choose, through character, through clarity, through courage. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus. They lived in a world of war, betrayal, and uncertainty, and yet they found peace, not outside, but within. And you can too. Start by mastering your thoughts. Let go of what you can't control. Turn anger into purpose. Turn fear into presence. Turn each ordinary moment into something meaningful, because life is short and your time is precious. Don't wait for the perfect day. Don't wait for approval. Don't wait for the world to be calm. Be the calm. If this message moved you, if you felt something stir deep within, then let that be your starting point. Thank you for listening. And remember, the most powerful life isn't the one that looks perfect on the outside. It's the one that is rooted, steady, and free on the inside.